Hello, welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. In this series, we are playing as the Confederates starting in 1861, spring of 1861, so the very beginning of the war, essentially. And we're currently fighting for our lives. We've been completely knocked out of Missouri. They're looking like they might be ready to invade Arkansas. We're dealing with incursions here in western Tennessee and central Tennessee. And then we're also dealing with an attack here in Western Virginia and incursions throughout the rest of Virginia here. And it is pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. So I did just have some kind of message pop up here. We issued bonds again, so our credit rating is getting lower. Try to get rid of that message. We know things aren't going well right now, neither financially or any other way, I suppose. But I thought I had an army up here. I do. Looks like let's build a depot here. So we'll start on that. I really need to get an army over here to help protect Arkansas. But at the moment, that's not really a viable thing that I can do. We're just going to keep pushing them out of Tennessee if we can. Tennessee, it's 15,000, another, so it's about 20, 21, 22,000 troops. The Missouri State Guard could push them out if I really wanted to, but if I just wait a few days or maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks even, I should be getting some nice reinforcements here. Help stiffen up my front lines. And this is a chance to see if I actually took that cavalry reform. Did I do it? No. So I don't know what that was about Lomax getting reinforced with like 2,000 men or whatever it was. The other cavalry guy. But in this, push in there, please. Get rid of them. The Army of the Potomac, 16,000 versus 5,000. Yeah, so that's a simple matter of just pushing them out. Then we've got our Biloxi Bay Squadron down here. Do we have any ships we can throw in there? Not particularly. Not really. We are building a lot of frigates, though. Got a couple of frigates that'll be done here pretty soon. And the Virginia, it's slowly getting finished. Okay. Or maybe it's maybe it's like in the game already. It was being built when the war broke out, and it was eventually abandoned. And like the hall was, they tried to burn it down essentially, and the Union, or no, it was captured. Like it was captured actually. The Union ended up burning it when they left wherever it was being built. I see something happening over here. 19,000 men going for my Florida State Militia. So we need to get them out of there. Stop building the depot and just run down here. Can't issue that order right now because I'm in a battle over here at Winchester. So let's fight this out real quick. It's late in the day. So this will probably be one of those ones where they just retreat during the night. So we're going to spend a few minutes marching around and positioning, getting all ready to fight, and then we're going to hit, once nightfall hits, the Union's just going to bail out on us. Cowardly. They want to fight 3-1 odds? That's what I've been fighting over in Missouri. I mean, if I wanted to be really threatening, I could pull back like the Army of the Shenandoah plus this army and just like march towards Washington D.C. But I don't want to do that. It feels like it might end the game if I capture their capital. I don't know. I don't really want to end the game. I'm having fun. I'm learning, fighting, trying to get better. Alrighty, let us hit command here. We'll hit play, and they are very far forward. Oh, this is the same battle as before. Yeah. So I guess we're just going to do the same thing, essentially. Like this. I'll grab the artillery and move them up. We're going to grab Pierce and move them up as well. Approach the same thing as before. Go like this. And we'll grab our commander. I need to put a new commander in this army. I feel like this isn't safe for me to be saying on YouTube, even though it is his name. Now we just wait. Yep, there it is. Okay. So while I'm here, I'm going to look and see if there's anyone else I can put in there in command of this army. They show this picture a lot. I'm not sure why they're so obsessed with it. There's a lot of historical photos from the Civil War that don't have piles of skulls. Okay, we won at Harper's Ferry. I mean, he's a really famous commander. Actually, we're just gonna leave him in charge, I guess. That's fine. I'll just call him Coke, something like that. And we need to get the Florida State Militia the heck out of there. Yeah, it looks like we have a brigade. That cavalry brigade is still iffy. But we are trying to chase these fellas out of Tennessee with our Army of Tennessee. See, this is the kind of photograph you want to see here. Those look like 12-pounder Napoleons, I think. Those brass guns. Although it might have just been whoever colored in the photo. But I think those are Napoleons. They have that little like knob or whatever is on the back of it. I don't actually know what that is for. It doesn't look like a breech loader. So we're close to each other in overall strength. We're just trying to take advantage while we can of their low morale. See, they're unstable morale, which isn't good. It's basically about one step away from being in real trouble there. It's late in the day, so it's going to be another marching simulator. So we're going to grab Hindman's division, put him over here. Actually, let's do that first. So we're going to do Little's division over there, Hindman's division here in the middle with the artillery, and then Johnson will be over here on the right as well. All right, so hit play. I'm going to grab the commander. I think I want to come in from this left side. Yeah, I think I want to come in from the left side. So we're going to go like this for our initial deployment. And put on 20 times. And by the time darkness gets here, we ought to be getting right here to about Shiloh Church. Oh, we're fighting the Battle of Shiloh here, essentially. There's Pittsburgh Landing over there. We're just we're not catching them by surprise inside their tents or anything, but not like it happened historically. It's kind of nice that we have forces that are out on point there, because when nighttime comes, hopefully that will extend our control a little bit, which means we can reposition. So we're going to grab Johnson. We're going to put him right here like this. We're going to grab Pemberton's artillery. They'll be a little bit behind. We're going to grab Hindman's division. They'll be next in line. And then we're going to grab Little, and he'll be in the rear for now. And then I've got one unit of cavalry that I sent off for rehabilitation. So actually, I'm not sure where we had a broken unit. Maybe it's just counted. Huh. So they've abandoned their positions and pushed forward. That is quite nice, really. Well, let's take advantage. Pemberton. It can be really hard finding good artillery lanes, essentially, to shoot through. The funny thing is the AI is trying to predict where we're going when we're not even sure where we're going yet. Either way, we do want to concentrate our forces as much as possible because we're going to have all day to fight this out. So we have some time. There's no need to rush yet. It's still 8 in the morning. Just looking over at my OBS, making sure that I'm still recording because I have been known to start recording or start playing without hitting record. All right, we need to try to cut them off before they can get over here. All right, yep, here it is. All right, we are Getting engaged here. Well, it looks like we shattered an artillery uh, battery. Lorenz. Get them in cover behind that fence. My poor artillery is so far behind. I might want to move them up actually here to the right flank like this. And then the overall commander can move up. I got some infantry on the left here that we can hopefully make some use of. Tennessee State Militia. I think I finally upgraded them from Mississippi rifles. But that might actually be in the Missouri State Guard. All right, these guys just have muskets, so we gotta push up to Ooga Booga range here, or Unga Bunga. Oh, okay. There's reinforcements arriving. That is a second army. That's another 10,000 troops right there. They felt pretty light here on soldiers. Tennessee State Militia up on the right. We're going to push the artillery in to here. Try to get this open area covered with artillery if we can get something in there. But the good news is I think we've pretty much shattered most of this this first army that's over here, which is good. When you can defeat someone in detail like this before the other half gets here, then that's a pretty good start to it. That's why I like to wait until pretty much my entire army is in place before I like to make my move, because I don't want to be going in piecemeal. And Anderson, you have a mission. Go over there, capture that, and come back. Okay. We're doing all right with this brigade or division that we have on the right here, even though they are equipped with just Plain old smoothbore muskets. In fact, we might be able to slow down these reinforcements if we play our cards right here. Yeah, they've kind of stopped. Our artillery is firing over here, just not very well. So we'll have to reposition them yet again. We're starting to run low on ammunition, unfortunately. But we're winning the battle. The problem is we're kind of early in the day here. A little bit too early in the day to be running low on ammo. But that is a thing when you have rifles, is that you can shoot from further away, so you do end up shooting more. You run out of ammo a little bit faster, I think. Buckner, time to earn your pay. I don't know if that did much. I think it did. They had like 900 and some when I launched that charge. Now they're down to 700 and some, so don't know if it was worth it to get out of position like that. Positioning is pretty important in a game like this. I was going to say a simulator like this, but not sure how much of a simulator this really is, but we're going to go back to long range shooting. I'd say, it is somewhat of a simulator. Certainly more so than like Ultimate General Civil War, which I really like, by the way. I've been holding off on playing more Ultimate General Civil War until I want to start a series here on YouTube, and then I'll like play it through some more. I did like a couple of the missions, a couple of the campaign battles, but I'm holding off on doing more of it for the sake of having some content for YouTube. All right, we're capturing over there. My artillery still needs to move up. In fact, we're just going to tell them to go right here, I think. How's Buckner looking? He lost 217 troops, but he's still eager. Their morale's looking pretty decent. All right. Cool, we have the objective. So Johnson, his division is going to get deployed like so, in front of the artillery. And we'll just keep on shooting the flanks, basically, of this army that's pulled up here. We'll just keep shooting whatever happens to be on the oh, never mind. I was gonna say we shoot whatever happens to be out there on the flank, but they are giving up the ghost. Well, we will push and try to do as much damage to their morale and cohesion as we can as they leave. The more units we can break, the easier it will be to get them out of Tennessee. And then we can go over and maybe start dealing with the whole situation that we have in Arkansas. And maybe even Missouri. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. 3-1. They're never really going to have like a decent artillery contingent against us out west here, at least, because we've routed them so many times and they've lost so many of their artillery. I'm sure they can replace them, but I think we're just kind of mangling their artillery crews, and they're just going to stay green, I think. Yeah, we are gaining military experience. Those three guys, they were captured at Gettysburg, I think, on the second day. Or actually, they might have been captured on the first day. I've seen that picture before. Okay. We're going to save the game because we won a battle. And that is both of those armies shattered there. So that's pretty cool. And then we're running away up here. I run so far. Uh-oh. That's actually kind of good for us if they're... Topeka, we gave up on building the depot. What if I move back here? Will they pursue me if I do that? Maybe. There's nothing else over here for them to do. There we go. Start building the depot again. So we finished up Fort Macon. Why am I hearing cannons fire? Oh, they're the Atlantic Squadron's fighting with this fort. Okay. There's a Long Island Squadron down here. Geez, they just have so many ships. It's kind of outrageous. Well, we're not going to build any more ships for now. Not until we can at least see how well we do with what we got. Fredericksburg. How many times do I have to capture you? Right, so they're not going to do anything for the moment. Army in New Jersey. We can go over here and recapture Alexandria. Hopefully before the end of the month. We're going to go down here to Greensboro and hopefully resupply. Rearm. Something happened. Atlantic Squadron disintegrates. We lost We lost a squadron? Oh, the Federal Atlantic Squadron is disintegrated. Where was that at? Oh, that was right here. That was what we were just fighting. Or was it? Yeah, it was, because that's the Long Island Squadron right there. Oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. How does that affect the overall Navy situation? Probably not good. Let's see here. Does it show us? I can't scroll. Oh, there it is. Navy tonnage. Yep, they still have us about 3-1. And we're catching up in men fielded, actually. We're about 30,000 troops less than them, 33,000 or so less. Or or fewer, 33,000 fewer. South Carolina State Militia. Where is that at? Oh, here it is. Well, we'll give them better marching. We'll check our projects. Anything new? Nope, just trade deals. And I don't want to engage in any trade deals because I think we're like blockaded or something. I don't think we can actually get out of here. Or are we? I'm not. Actually, I don't think we're blockaded. Here's my Biloxi squadron. We're going to order them to go to just hang out in port for now. I only have 27 guns in that squadron. I could build brickworks, I could build a lumber mill, but I don't think either of those are necessary right now. How's this going? 49, 470. Yeah, we're still winning this battle, so that's good. Do I keep pushing here? Like, do I keep pressing this fight? It looks like I've got my troops that were on leave back. Let's check my weapons real quick. I highly doubt that I've got enough to equip anyone, but I'd like to at least look at how the weapons production is going. Richmond, yeah, only 500 of those so far. 789 Fayettevilles. So nothing too special yet. Richmond carbine. I can equip some cavalry with that actually. I don't have any cavalry in the Army of Tennessee. Lomax, he's still gone for 27 days. What about over here? These guys are like just on the edge of disintegration half the time. Let's reinforce Hardy. We'll replace Lee's, oops, nope, nope, nope. We'll Lee. We'll upgrade Lee with the Richmond carbines. They are a lot slower firing, but they have 75 yards more range. Sabers and revolvers, sabers and revolvers. And then Hardy can upgrade from musketoons to carbines. And that's pretty cool. We still got muskets in some of these divisions, like Ruggles. He can't even reform. There's no soldiers in his home state, wherever that is. Missouri. State Guards. That's, yeah, Missouri. There's no soldiers left to reinforce him with. But we will hit the upgrade button, which gives him Lorenz rifles. Mississippi's, that's Johnston. Texas. They're actually pretty good. I think I reformed them already. And then my guns, some of them are a little bit weak. They're from Indian Territory, so we'll replenish them. They're from Missouri, so they have no troops to spare. Pickett's Brigade Division will hit the upgrade button, and so they get rebored muskets at least. So it's maybe better than Springfield's, I don't even know. But the Missouri State Guard, they're at least in a more solid position now than they were. In fact, I might let them finish that depot and then go over and attack. And we're going to keep attacking here while these guys are on their back foot. Funding policy, is that what we... that's the federal government, I think. Yeah, that's the union. What are we working on? Oh, military 2, it'll be done in half a day. 8 hours. There it is. So what does this do? So we can do core now. Okay. Let's take a look at our volunteers real quick. So what if we wanted to just add a unit? Now we know Missouri was stripped of troops. So that's a good one to check. Yeah, there's only 7 in there, so I don't think we gained any. I think what that does is opens up the policies to do conscription and all that, which I'm kind of afraid I might have to. Conscription, what does this do? So it will be greatly increased. It will lower the morale, and it'll spark protests. National morale -2, speed of replacements plus 50%. Maybe I should do that. It's tough. Well, we could make warships, but I don't think they would be very good. Hang on, we could do regulars act. So what does this do? Forms dedicated regular brigades by recruiting all possible U.S. regulars, former U.S. regulars. 6 small regular units with good training and experience are added to your armies. It decreases your military experience by 5. I don't think it's only 19 days. There's a marquee. That would hurt our European. I think I've looked at that before. It hurts European relations. We're going to go for Conscription Act. We need troops. We need them desperately. All right. Uh-oh, something's happening. What is this? Ships constructed. The CSS Georgia. Let's take a look and see what we got. We're going to select our Biloxi Bay squadron here. Oh, it's a frigate. Look at that. That adds 50 guns to our fleet there. In the United States should be done one day. So this one's repairing. It'll be done in 38 days. 100 and some days. Yeah, so it's going to be a while. Yeah, that's like, it'll take forever to build up a good fleet. So let's just hold off on that for now. Building any more ships, I mean. Because I don't think we're going to win this particular war at sea. Okay. So we're down to 0% supplies. So let's actually get this army over to Richmond, I think. Oh, then we have another battle here, potentially. 5,000 troops. Yeah, it's not enough to actually fight us, so... The Battle of Staunton has ended with the army occupation retreating. This is Beauregard. Oh, this is that little tiny battle between the South Carolina State Militia. Well, we held off that incursion at least. How are we looking over here? Yep, keep on pushing up, fellas. All right, we are 40 minutes in. Man, time goes so fast when you're playing this game. Jeez. All right, well, let's see if we got any new projects. Nope, nothing there. All right, we're gonna have to call this one here. It's 40 minutes in. Goes by so quick. They have so many. Jeez, they have a lot of naval forces here. And they've recaptured this fort. There's nothing I can really do about that because they'll just keep capturing it with these navies, I suppose. And they've got more here, and another one. And there's another one. Yeah, they have naval supremacy. All right. Yep, we're gonna call this one. Thank y'all so. Oh, look at that. We're gonna save. Confederate. Save. And I'm actually going to make a backup save. Confederate backup. Because when I was playing, when I was messing around with the Union earlier today a little bit, I almost overwrote my Confederate save. I'm so used to hitting the Confederate save that I came dangerously close to overwriting it. So hopefully I'll have at least some kind of something to fall back on. Anyhow, I'll see you next time.